All right. I got called out, so here it is. I remember the first game of the year when I was kind of excited for college football to come back, and it was at Iowa State against, what was it, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns? What was that? I don't know. Raging Cajuns. It's like a Arena Football League nickname. Actually, no, it's like a feeder system to the Arena League football team name. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns, I think they beat Iowa State like 31 to like 14 or something like that. It was not even, I mean, it was as far as like games, even way down games, that wasn't a game. And I remember, I think it was Jody Hicks I was talking to. And I said, yeah, Jody, like that's it. I don't care what happens the rest of the year. None of the games at Iowa State are in our games. They're just not games. So here we are, like COVID season, and like everybody thinks it's changed, and you kind of fight through the gaping holes of the college football landscape made by COVID wreaking havoc with players and teams and coaches and schedules, and you're kind of play King of the Hill Survivor, and you happen to be like one of the last teams, and you think that's a game. You're three of my friends who are super good college football fans, who are maybe watching this video, and you remember we have like tens of followers, and by tens I mean somewhere less than 15, but double figures usually. But three of them, when I asked, because Pete texted me and he was kind of pushing me towards, it's got to be a game. When I asked them, is the Iowa State Big 12 champion, is that a game? None of them could name who they were playing. Like, that's all you need to know about the Iowa State Oklahoma game. And I just checked, and clearly, unless Iowa State comes back, it's just going to prove not to be a game. It's not a game. It's not a It's I love you Iowa State people, but just kind of squeaking your way to top in COVID year doesn't make it necessarily a game, especially against an Oklahoma team that's just my gosh. I mean, the whole rest of that league, it was like who could lose like more to get to the bottom, and then the team that like was left gets to play Iowa State in the championship game. That's not a game. It's not a game. Even if they do happen to somehow sneak into the college football playoffs. Again, it's just sort of one of those COVID year things. Northwestern at Ohio State. Do we need to talk about Northwestern Ohio State? I mean, the Big Ten is such a mess. Nobody has any semblance of the same team from week to week. Like, they change the rules every week for Ohio State to somehow have another shot at making it into the conference championship, and then the college football playoffs. Indiana's like, look, well, how come we can't play in that game? It's like, well, basically because you're not Ohio State. So, and that's not a game. You can't. It's not a conference this year. It's not a season. It's not a game. It's not even a championship game. It's not a game. There's going to be the biggest asterisk in the world on the Big Ten championship game for COVID year. So, Northwestern, Ohio State, not a game. Yeah, even though, I looked, I think Northwestern might be ahead. We'll see how long that lasts, but that's not a game. Third one that people are wondering about, Florida, Alabama. Look, I mean, the only reason why, maybe if the guy didn't throw the shoe last week, like, you could give it slight consideration, but when, you cannot lose to Bo Pelini's defense this year and call yourself a team that is playing in a game. I mean, it just doesn't happen. And when when your guy throws a shoe and you get a loss, it's like, forget it. You've eliminated yourself. The whole Florida landscape of college football is, I don't know, it's ridiculous. They're just clinging to the old things like Nebraska and Michigan and a lot of those. Sorry, Andre. But Florida, Alabama, it's not a game. I agree with Kirk Herbstreit on what is going on with their sport. I don't know. It's a mess. So the last one, highly considered, Clemson versus Notre Dame. Like, maybe in other years, but I'm tired of Dabo Swinney. Like, to me, he was a whiner this year about the whole, his shtick getting a little old. Notre Dame isn't even really in the conference. Like, let's patch something together this year so we can make Notre Dame relevant. Let's put them in this conference. Like, I don't know. Like, this is manufactured. This is a marketing gimmick to get Notre Dame up in there so they can play a game. And I don't know. They got there, but I don't know. It's a fiasco of a season. I'm not even calling that a game. It might be fun to watch, but I don't know. Again, super big asterisk. It's just, I don't know. It's not a game. So there. It's 70 degrees down here in Florida. It couldn't be any more beautiful. You want to talk about something that isn't that? This is not a winter. I'll tell you that right now. We had our winter 2 days ago. It got down to about 42 in the morning. It felt a little cool, and it's already 70, and we're on our way towards spring. That's not a winter. That's the same thing with these games. Like, those aren't really games. They're not games in the traditional sense of like what a true meaty college football game would be. So, I know people are looking for things, and I would love to provide the truth that these are games that actually mean something. And, again, everything kind of means something in COVID times because you get a chance to play. But, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it to you. They're just not games. So, there you go, John. You called me out. I'm giving you, I don't know, a dose of the truth. And I know it hurts the hometown fans to hear some of this stuff. But, yeah. I can't come on here and tell you something that I don't think is right. So that's all I got. Not a game. See ya.